Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we're going to talk about exchange traded funds. Exchange traded funds are the perfect vehicle for brand new investors. I'm going to break down exactly why in this video. For those of you that are new here, my name is Forrest. I invest this stuff and I passionately believe that everybody should too, which is why I invest so much time and effort into this channel instead of doing literally anything else. There's a lot of stuff I could be doing, promise you. Go ahead, that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and stay locked in. Also, check out my series where I'm investing $250 every week. A lot of people talk about investing. I specifically started this series to show what it looks like over time, right? There's no shortcuts. I'm literally putting $250 of real money every single week into the market, and I'm using that as a vehicle or talking point for this series. So I'll be buying an ETF in that video, but let's go ahead and talk about this video that we're in. An ETF is a type of investment that lets you buy things bundled together, including stocks or bonds, all in one single vehicle. Think of an ETF like a basket. Instead of investing in just Apple or Ford, you're investing in hundreds of companies all at once, giving you instant diversification. And we know that diversification is super important for us as investors. So how do ETFs work? Well, they trade on stock exchanges just like any other stock, meaning it's really easy for you to get in and out. And it's also why they are so freaking popular. Again, when you buy an ETF, you're actually investing in a ton of different companies. And some ETFs track a specific index. For example, the S&P 500 is an index. And so if you buy an ETF that tracks that index, say something from Vanguard, you're buying all of the underlying stocks in that index. There are other indexes, right? Not just the S&P 500. You might be investing in an index for different types of commodities, a particular industry like tech, another industry like manufacturing. And if you want to specifically diversify across those industries, then you can buy an ETF in that industry. So why are ETFs so good for beginners? Well, first and foremost, most people come to me and ask questions like, Forrest, what stocks should I invest in? What if you could eliminate that question entirely? Again, ETFs are a basket of funds. I mean, you get instant diversification, but you additionally don't have to make any decisions. There are some really smart ETFs that we can choose. Again, like the S&P 500 ETF, which historically, if you look at the strength of the US stock market, it's gonna give you 8 to 10% returns. That is the thesis. The primary reason why I started my series investing $250 a week is you can do something very simple, like get instant diversification and grow your money into the millions. Another reason ETFs are so great for beginners is because they have really low fees. Okay, a lot of funds will have a fee that is a percentage of whatever the portfolio is. So for example, if I'm a portfolio manager, I might charge you a 1% fee. So if you give me $100,000, I'm going to take 1% of the value of that, right? 1% of $100,000, regardless of how the fund performs. You're probably going, that's crazy. You're not paid based off performance? Nope, no, they aren't. And so ETFs specifically are computerized, and the fees will be something like 0.03%, right? Super, super low, which means they're almost zero. And the reason they're able to do this is because they have such a large investment pool, right? For millions and millions of people. So there are tons of different types of ETFs out there. There are stock ETFs, bond ETFs. There are sector-specific ETFs like the auto industry, or maybe you want to get into healthcare. There are international ETFs. Maybe you want a bucket of companies that are overseas. There are also thematic ETFs. So maybe you're someone who doesn't want to invest in companies that harm animals or that do X, Y, or Z. There are literally funds for all of these things, believe it or not, because it's really easy to set up a fund and there are infinite numbers of customers for those funds as well. Getting started with an ETF is easy. All you need is a brokerage account. So I'll list a few, right? Robinhood, Chase has a brokerage, M1 Finance is another brokerage, Webull is another brokerage. If you just go on to your phone right now, the App Store, and search for brokerage accounts, there are tons of different firms. Interactive Brokers is another brokerage. Charles Schwab is another brokerage, right? I'm a day trader, so I'm thinking of all the ones that I trade with, but ultimately there are infinite options. It's not super duper important. Once you actually open your brokerage account, the next thing that you'll need to do is actually go and look up the ETF. ETFs are traded just like stocks. So the ticker symbol for Apple is AAPL. The ticker symbol for some of Vanguard's funds, the two that I like to recommend, are VOO and VTI. But do your homework, look up all the different available ETFs out there, and choose one that fits your investment goals. That's it, guys. Hopefully that simplifies the concept of an ETF for you. Just to recap, it is just a basket of stocks, a fund that somebody else has prepared for you, right? So if you want to invest in the S&P 500, if you want to invest in, AI tech companies, if you want to invest in something that, or all the companies that just do clean energy, there are funds that are prepared for you as an investor. They have really low commissions and they give you that instant diversification. And most importantly, if you're somebody who's really focused on long-term investing, or if you're just starting to invest long-term, an ETF is a really fast way to safely diversify for the long term. Again, you need to do your own research. I have to make the disclaimer that this is not investment advice, even though I'm talking about investing on the internet. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. If you have questions, leave them down in the comments, and go watch my series where I'm investing $250 every week. It's crazy. If you're watching this video, you haven't seen that one yet. It's a really good series. Hope to see you there. Comment on that video too. Later, bye.